brand new, well, practically new. I rode around the yard a couple times. 2022 Bruteforce 300. I've always kind of liked these machines. I owned one briefly that was used a number of years ago, and it had some issues with the belt slipping and stuff. This does look like a very similar machine. I'm hoping they've made some upgrades on the internals of it. Things I love about it, it's got really good brakes. Like, the front brakes on this, next level. You can't really compare it to any other four-wheeler. You can do a stoppie. You can literally do a stoppie with these front brakes, and it's the only four-wheeler I've ever rode that I could do a stoppie on, short of sport quads. It's got a pretty decent little display. It's got gear indicator for neutral, reverse. It's got low fuel light flashing over here. You can see it's warmed up because I was just riding it around the yard. It's got right at 20 miles on it. It's got a parking brake here. Works well, easy to turn on and off. Got your rear brakes, got your front brakes. It's got two nice sized racks on it. It's got these little things if you're using bungee cords. It does have a little dry storage in the front, which is a decent size. So here's all the brand new stickers that I just ripped off. Things I like about it, got really good power for only being a 300cc. It's supposed to be, I think, 22 horsepower, but it'll up and run right alongside a bunch of four-wheelers right with them all day. It's so lightweight, it's so well balanced. If you like doing stunt riding, if you like doing wheelies, it'll do all that stuff very easily. It's got high and low gear, it's got reverse gear. It's a cheap four-wheeler. I think they're $4,600 MSRP, brand new. A couple years ago they were 4K even, but you know, COVID prices, everything goes up. And they're not a bad looking bike either. Comes with 22-inch tires, standard. I do have one really big complaint about this four-wheeler, and that is the engine air intake location. This doesn't make any sense to me. This one's going to have three main things that you have to worry about keeping out of the water. I do a lot of mud riding, so I always look at these things. You have your inlet and your outlet for the belt box, and then you have your engine air intake. Now, Kawasaki was smart with their belt intake. They got the belt intake. You can see it kind of follows this path up here, and it goes all the way up right underneath, basically right here. So you can get in water pretty much to the top of your plastics before you get any water in your belt intake. Same deal with your belt exhaust. You can see this pipe is your belt exhaust, and it goes all the way up pretty much to the top of your plastics for your belt exhaust. So logically thinking, you would think that Kawasaki would put the engine air intake, the most important intake on the four-wheeler, up here or up here. Realistically, it should be up here, but no. Instead, they just take and run a tiny pipe to right here. So you can be in water up to here and not get your belt wet, but you'll swamp your engine if you get in water up to here. That's just, it's dumb. You're asking for trouble. I think one of the first things I'm gonna have to do on this is a snorkel kit. Not really because I plan on taking this four-wheeler deep, but just as a insurance policy. I can't believe that Kawasaki put the engine air intake that low on the four-wheeler. Little riding clips so you can see what it's like. It does have really good suspension on it. It's pretty soft. It's comfortable to ride. I'd say it's softer than a Honda, but not quite as plush as a Can-Am, so it's somewhere in the middle. I did notice on mine, I'm not sure if all of them are like this, the motor is a little bit loud, the engine's a little tappy. I'm hoping as it breaks in, it'll quiet down a little bit. The exhaust has a good note to it. It's got a good little light pop in the exhaust. I like the exhaust noise. Put her in gear and take her for a spin. I just ran over a stick. It's not quite as quiet as a Honda. You do still have that belt noise. You got a little bit of vibrations from plastics up here, but at the end of the day, it's a four-wheeler. It's not going to be quiet like a German luxury car. Let's see if we can get into the throttle a little bit here, so you guys the power. As you can see, she's definitely got some get up and go. Brakes, really good brakes. But yeah, I'll throw in some clips of me messing around on it just to show you guys how well balanced it is and how much power it's got. I mean, you throw this thing in low gear and hit it and it's on the back two wheels. For a 300cc that you can get for around $5,000 out the door, I mean, I can't really beat it. I do wish it was four-wheel drive, but and if they make a four-wheel drive option, I'm totally in on it. I'm buying it. But yeah, I mean, for a cheap 300cc four-wheeler, it's got good power, good brakes, good suspension, good lights. My only big complaint is the location of the engineering intake. My daughter just absolutely loves this four-wheeler. I mean, she's just been begging every single morning we get up. Hey, can we go ride your new four-wheeler? I think she likes it because it's not as loud as our other ones. Oh, look at him! Oh, I think she's swallowed a bug. Whoa.